out. The Warriors representing air.
God, we are different. We are now united to confront stubbornness.
Foundation of love is here. It encompasses the people through a formidable and a spectacular cultural performance. Unity is here confirmed. Love and strength.
We're still live at the Moshood Abiola Stadium. It is still the opening ceremony of the African Military Games Abuja 2024. Well, if you think you've seen one of the best performances of the evening, well, that was just a swashbuckling from this entertaining crew that we've just witnessed. I mean, such a storytelling performance. We saw Sangobi represented by the Southwest, wind from the north as well, and also water from the south as well, and the coming together of the military. Such great storytelling. As all smiles from you.
So many things to translate from this beautiful performance, Emmanuel. You talk about land, you talk about the soldiers, you talk about air, you talk about the Air Force, you talk about water, you talk about the Nigerian Navy. All of them have been painted with the deities from different parts of the country. You mentioned Shango earlier, the god of fire, which also means that as much as fire is good, it can also be dangerous. That's what I can also pick from this particular performance. Another thing that we're not looking at is the fact that this whole performance tells you that different cultures with different tribalism, which causes some confusion and disunity in parts of the country. They brought all of them together on the same stage just to tell you that we are still one as a country, and we should also see the military as enemies to us. That's one thing that I've also picked from this great performance, and I tell you, it's really beautiful right here, Emmanuel. What a performance from a night like this. Let me mark this date down, the 20th of November, 2024 would never leave my head.
I mean, it's been such an entertaining day. I mean, I can't wait for these events to get on the way proper. I mean, we talk about opening ceremonies for huge events. I mean, and this is also, top of the list. And it is the 2024 African Military Games. We've got over 40 countries registered for this event, with Ghana making the highest number of registration as far as the athletes are concerned. I mean, we can't wait to see what these military athletes will get to show when this event gets on the way proper.
You know one thing for sure, they are always very much available. They don't come in with that lackluster like I mentioned earlier. They come in with the heart that they want to come win something. Beyond winning it for their country, they want to win it also for themselves. They also want to prove maybe their parents wrong sometimes, who are told them, man, you cannot do sports, you have to go serve your country. All of those things is an opportunity for them to say, okay, this is me giving back through this particular sports in different forms. And I tell you, Mano, lots of those guys you will see as much and you'll be like, why was this guy not in boxing? Why was this guy not playing basketball for the D Tigers? Why is this lady not playing basketball for the D Tigers? Stuff like that. That's the things we'll be getting to hear or see from these athletes from tomorrow. And a couple of them have already started. We heard a couple of games that already kick-started earlier today. That's the beautiful thing about sports and these games generally. Like I said, beyond winning medals, they are coming in here to show you that we are in for this game and we are in for unity. That's one thing that OSMA has been sponsoring from the start, and I'm happy that Nigeria is taking part in the coming back of the military games right here in Abuja 20. To this main bowl to see the beautiful performances of both Nigerian basketball players and what is happening across Africa.
In the 7th century, Africa attracted outsiders because of its wealth, beauty and trade. In this episode, we look at how an African culture known as the Swahili civilization arose along the continent's Indian Ocean coast with the arrival of the Arabs. And we also see how the Arabs began an international trade in enslaved Africans, centuries before the transatlantic slave trade. The local population on the east coast of Africa along the Indian Ocean originally consisted of groups closely related to the San of southern Africa and the Bantus of western and central areas. This coastline stretches for more than 3,000 kilometers, so historically it was a gateway. The east coast of Africa is accessible from the interior of the continent and from the exterior across the Indian Ocean. This helped foster links with both India and the Arab world. The Indians were interested in African ivory, but it was the Arabs who dominated trade on the East African coast. Along with Arabs and Indians, archaeological evidence also shows to a lesser extent that Persians settled along Africa's Indian Ocean coast, and there was certainly trade with distant China. The Arabs also went to Africa via the Red Sea and across the Mediterranean into North Africa and west through the Sahara Desert. But in this program, we focus on their arrival in the coastal settlements of the Indian.
distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. A while ago, we witnessed a march past by the participating countries for the African Military Games Abuja 2024, consisting of over 3,000 athletes from the participating country. Any moment from now, the parade commander will retire the troops in preparation of the national and OSMA anthem, as well as hoisting of the flags. May I, at this point, humbly request that once the national anthem, as well as the OSMA anthem is being sounded, we are please requested to rise, officers and warrant officers in uniform to salute. At this point, may I request the parade commander to please carry on with the rest of the parade. The parade commander, please. The parade commander has retired the parade in preparation for the hoisting of the Amga OSMA, as well as OSMA flag, as well as the Your Excellency, distinguished guests, very senior officers, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, may I most respectfully request, once the anthem has been sounded, we are requested to rise, officers and warrant officers in uniform, to salute. Thank you.
Mesdames et messieurs, nous souhaitons l'hymne national de l'Organisation des sports militaires africains. Et tous les officiers et sous-officiers saluer, s'il vous plaît.
national anthem and the hoisting of flags, as you can see on your screens right here from the Moshood Abiola National Stadium.
Nigerian national anthem as well as the Osman anthem.
It's been a huge military presence here for this opening ceremony. Shout out to the Nigerian contingent who are here to witness this moment. Such a huge pleasure and privilege to be a citizen of the country Nigeria.
You can see the beautiful flag that was hoisted just now, the Amga 2024 flag. It's going to be on till the end of this event, which is the 30th of November. A beautiful show of culture, parade and all. It's just been great, I tell you.
By the participating countries as well as the officiating officials. Proceed for the oath-taking ceremony. Retired distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. At the moment, the flag bearers representing the team leaders of each participating nation are marching smartly in preparation for the oath-taking ceremony.
taking of taking ceremony currently taking place. Something you see as far as coming together of nations are concerned in games like this. We see that in sporting events across the world, in Olympics, in the Commonwealth Games, all taken from several participating countries. Is currently what you are currently witnessing right here at the African Military Games Abuja 2024. Of course, every country here are also taking the oaths to represent and participate in this event in Nigeria. Such a beautiful scene also to behold. Well, the events, we can't wait to witness this great spectacle here in the country, Nigeria. Well, as far as the games are concerned, we take a look at what these events will bring to the respective participants. But the desire to bring back this game in 2024 would really linger in the memories of these athletes, irrespective of what they go back to their respective countries with. Participating in this event as huge as this is also a thing of pride for every representative who is currently here to take part in these games.
Such a beauty. That joy that you see different African nations coming together to bring their flags together and show that we are one. That's the message that has been passed with what you're seeing on your screen. Standing with that word, friendship through sports. That's what OSMA has pushed forward. OSMA, Organization of Military Sports in Africa. That's just what we're seeing on our screens. And it makes it a thing of joy that we're seeing different nations, and we can see them march through, showing this uniformity. They've tried to bring this sports back, this event after 2002, but a lot of things had happened. I remember where it was superseded by the East African Community Military Games, a smaller regional event for military sports, and that was launched in 2005. They also went on with the further edition, the Africa Military Games, which was scheduled for 2007, then 2009 in Abuja, Nigeria, same place where we're having this one. That's 15 years after. It did not come to pass even at that time. There were renewed attempts to seek sponsors and hold the games even right here in Nigeria. It has always been Nigeria, and that was made in 2010 also. The then Nigerian President, Goodluck Jonathan, approved the schedule for the games to be held in 2012. But again, it did not happen with the background of the ongoing Islamist insurgency in Nigeria at that time, most likely stopping this. Lots of things have pulled it down. They've tried.
collaborative efforts among the armed forces of the Organization of Military Sport in African member nations to defeat all common enemies of peace and security in Africa. The game will also serve as a platform for African countries to interact, build friendship among the armed forces of the participating countries, thereby evaluating and enhancing the mental and physical fitness of the military personnel through fostering team spirit, esprit de corps, sportsmanship, camaraderie among participants. Distinguished guests, very senior officers, ladies and gentlemen.
It's my turn, I swear to God. Sir, leave it, sir. It's my turn. I said...
Discours du chef de la délégation.
Just a little bit of a history of the African military games. It was conceived to serve as a powerful diplomatic tool to strengthen ties and friendship amongst the military establishments of African countries, and by extension amongst the government. Promote Pan-Africanism, patriotism, unity and friendship amongst Africans, and to also serve as a powerful weapon against the recruitment of youths into insurgency and terrorism. I've still got a host of our spectators here in the stadium, witnessing this grand opening ceremony. Just to remind you, the theme of this year's events is capturing the essence of our collaboration between the militaries and citizens of all African countries, or more like enhancing military cooperation in Africa through sports.
Something that you're already seeing from the start of this event. Lots of us would have seen that Libya flag, and once you see it on your screen, the first thing that comes to mind most recently is the issue that happened between the Nigerian national football team when they got to Libya and couldn't play that football match. The 3 points was given to Nigeria, but the same Libyans are right here in Nigeria, just to show that it's beyond one football game, but the theme of nationality, and that's truly friendship through sports. It's really been fostered, and we can see the joy from these North Africans coming into Nigeria and feeling at home. That's what most important thing that Nigerians are known for, and it's just been played again on this event. What a joy to see even those African nations that you think are not very much in line with what Nigeria stands for, coming down here to show that we are one and there will be nothing like war. That's what this sports event means a lot of times. You can see the South Africans also showing their pleasure and their joy in what they have come here to do. And you know them always, they want to compete at the highest level and they want to win tournaments. All of these African nations have one or two things that link them up with Nigeria, and that's what makes it really beautiful. Like Emmanuel said earlier, this year's competition will be a testament of the strength, unity and diversity of our continent, Africa.
The Nigerian military has always been an integral part of Nigerian sports. The first Nigerian and African to win an individual medal at an international sports event was a soldier. As you see a beautiful aerial view of the Moshood Abiola National Stadium. Such a beautiful structure. One of the very best in the country.
Maybe in Africa, Emmanuel, this structure was made in 2003. When we launched the All-Africa Games, Koja 2003 to be precise. That's 21 years ago. Still keeps that beauty any day, any time, I tell you. Something to behold. I think I will just make a portrait of this into my living room and look at it every now and then. I love that drone shot I just saw not quite long.
So much excitement in the air ahead of the 2024 African Military Games. We're still here for the opening ceremony, but we're handing over to the current speech currently ongoing as this opening ceremony continues to...
Graciously and massively supporting this game and also allowing this game to hold a vibrant scene and providing the enabling environment for the success of this game. We also want to thank all stakeholders in the sports ecosystem of Nigeria for their immense support and unwavering belief in this mission. I would like to extend our gratitude to the Minister of Defense and the entire National Security Agency for both moral and financial support. To state governments who identify and work with us through this journey, we say a big thank you. Allow me also to express a deep appreciation to His Excellency, the President and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for his unwavering support and commitment to this event. Your leadership continues to inspire and strengthen our shared vision of unity and excellence. This is truly a new hope. To the athletes, you are the heart of the celebration. Your presence here is a testament to your dedication and the rigorous preparation you have undertaken to represent your nation. Whether you win or lose, your participation is a victory in itself, a symbol of strength and vitality of our armed forces. I encourage you to compete with the highest level of sportsmanship, honor, and respect for your fellow participants. May these games challenge you to push you to your limits and inspire excellence in all of us. To the officials and volunteers who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes, your effort has brought this vision to life. I extend our deepest gratitude for your unwavering dedication and professionalism as we embark on this exciting journey. Over the coming days, I encourage all of us to celebrate not only the achievement on the field, but also the friendship and alliances that will undoubtedly be forged within this period. Let us now believe in the shared vision of one continent, one games, one continent, one move, one continent, one victory. Thank you, and I wish everyone a successful and a memorable experience. You are all welcome to Nigeria. Bienvenue. Boa Avindos. Caribou. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
Mesdames et messieurs, vous voulez d'écouter l'allocution du président du comité local de migration, Evans Marshall Maki. Il a exprimé sa gratitude d'être ici, d'accueillir tous les pays participants. Il a aussi exprimé que cet événement marque la camaraderie et l'unité entre les forces armées africaines.
بعد البروتوكولات فهذه كلمة رئيس اللجنة الدولة للتنظيم الألعاب العسكرية الأفريقية. بعد كلمات الشكر والتقدير تكلم حول التعاون والأمن خلال هذه الألعاب، ثم عكس العادات والثقافات الأفريقية. بعد ذلك يمثل القيم قوات المسلحة الأفريقية في هذه الألعاب، ثم شكر لكل من ساهم في تنظيم هذا البرنامج وشجع المشاركون جميعا.
Comme grandeur, agora e emissar, algerakil estudiante você, hoje dia 20 de novembro, 2024. Estúdio Nacional Moshood Abiola, na grande cidade de Abuja, na Nigeria, para a cerimônia do Albatora da Segunda dos Jogos Militares Africanos, o esporte e uma federante.
Thank you very much. Please, let's put our hands together for the chief delegates. With the speech of the chief delegate now over, the special guest of honor, sir, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I humbly request another resounding round of applause for the chief delegates. The next remarks is by the President's Organization of Military Sports in Africa. May I at this point respectfully invite the President's Organization of Military Sports in Africa, Major General M. Abdullahi, for his remarks. The OSMA President, sir.
Our President, the Commander-in-Chief of Nigerian Armed Forces, Alhaji Ahmed Bola Tinubu, ably presented by our Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON. The Honorable Minister of Defense, the Chief of Defense Staff, General C.J. Musa, our former CDS, General Gabriel Onani Shakin and General Lucky Erabo. These are the two pioneers of this African Military Games that is hosting today. Our service chiefs, both serving and former service chiefs here present, sir. The Chairman Organizing Committee, Air Vice Marshal A.T. Marquis, senior officers, the Secretary General of OSMA, the Treasurer of OSMA, my chief delegate from all African countries here present, delegates, our athletes, our friends, members of the press, our friends and supporters of OSMA, our lovely and beautiful wives here present, ladies and gentlemen, The Organization of Military Sport in Africa, which is a French connotation that says Organisation du Sport Militaire in Afrique, that's in French. The literal meaning in English is African Military Sport Council. It was founded and created by 3 great generals of Africans. The first among them is General Ishola Williams of Nigeria. Number 2 is General Potem of Senegal. And number 3, the third of them is Colonel Hamad Kakao Malboum of Nigeria. Their aims 20 years ago for creating this organization is to foster unity, solidarity, and comradeship among the armed forces of African countries. If you could remember, the International Military Sport Council, which Osuma was drawn from, was created 75 years ago, immediately after the Second World War. Our aims is unity among the armed forces and to bring peace in Africa. That is why our motto in Osuma is friendship through sports. It is with great pride and immense joy that I stand before you today, the 20th day of November 2024, at the Moshood Abiola Stadium in our great city, Abuja in Nigeria, for the opening ceremony of the second African Military Games. Let me reiterate that sports that we are going to watch for the next 10 days or so is a powerful tool used in promoting unity. Let me repeat it again. Sport is a powerful tool in promoting unity, peace, tolerance, understanding among all categories of people in the world, irrespective of culture, religion, and profession, like ours members of the armed forces. That is why in Osma we carefully selected our motto to be friendship through sport. It can be recalled that the first edition was held in Nairobi, the Republic of Kenya, 22 years ago, under the leadership of the late President of Kenya, His Excellency President Daniel Arap Moi. Today, in Abuja, Nigeria, marks not just commencement of a remarkable African Military Sporting Festival with the theme Enhancing Military Cooperation in Africa through Sport. Also a celebration of unity, strength, and the indomitable spirit of our great continent, Africa. As we gather here today, we are reminded of the rich tapestry of cultures, tradition, and history that make up a great continent like ours here, Africa. These games provide us with an extraordinary platform to showcase not only the athletes' prowess of our military personnel, but also the bond, solidarity, understanding that unite us as native in our African continent. Through sport, we transcend borders, fostering unity and mutual respect, understanding among the armed forces of Africa. To our athletes that are here, you are the embodiment of discipline, dedication, and resilience. Your commitment to excellence inspires us all in African continent. As you compete, remember, as you compete, our athletes, remember that you carry the hopes and dreams of your countries and represent the values of honor and integrity that are the hallmarks of military service we are in now. May you compete fiercely but yet fairly. And may the spirit of sportsmanship guide you in every challenge you face. My humble self, as OSMA President, members of OSMA Board of Directors, the executive members and the chief delegate of all the African countries of this great organization, extend our hearty gratitude to Nigerian Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Bola Tinubu, the Honorable Minister of Defense, Alhaji Muhammadu Badr Abubakar, the Honorable Minister of FCT, Barrister Yesom Wiki, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Gwabi Musa, the local organizing committee, our volunteers, sponsors, and all our supporters who have worked tirelessly to ensure the success of this second African military games. The Chief of Defense Staff, sir, General C.J. Musa, the Honorable Minister of Defense, the Honorable Minister of FCT, your support has been in no doubt made this event a memorable experience for all of us in Africa. The Chief of Defense Staff, sir, your effort has not gone unnoticed. We appreciate all what you have done for our great association for our armed forces in Africa. And we appreciate all your commitment from the beginning of this journey to making this game a resounding victory. As we embark on this journey together, let us celebrate not only the victories that we'll achieve on the field, but also the friendship that will forge in the spirit of this competition. Let us remember that we are all part of a larger family of African armed forces. The one that stand in pursuit of peace, security, progress for our great continent, Africa. In conclusion, may the best team and individual shine. May this second African military games with the theme enhancing military cooperation in African through sports be a testimony to our collective strength and unity. May God Almighty bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the entire armed forces of Africa. Thank you and God bless. Friendship through sport.
Le général M. Abdoulaye a souligné que le sport est un outil puissant de promouvoir l'unité, la paix et la tolérance entre les peuples, quelle que soit leur culture, religion ou profession.
هذه كلمات رئيس تنظيم الرياضات العسكرية في أفريقيا. فبعد البروتوكولات وكلمة الشكر قال: بكل فخر وقف أمامكم في ملعب مشهود أبيول الوطني لافتتاح هذه الدورة. ثم قال: تعتبر هذه الألعاب التي بدأت قبل 22 عاما في نيروبي احتفالا بالتعاون العسكري في أفريقيا. ثم في الختام توجه بالشكر للرئيس النيجيري القائد الأعلى للقوات المسلحة. شكرا لكم وبارك الله فيكم.
Chef and the Fosa, General Christopher Musa, General Lucky Irabo, todos nosotros falamos muito obrigado, oh boys, vendas.
The special guest of honor, sir, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, that was the remarks by the OSMA President. May I humbly request another round of applause for the OSMA President. Moving on quickly onto the next item on the program of events is the Chief of Defense Staff remarks. At this point, may I most respectfully invite the 18th Chief of Defense Staff, the Chairman Chiefs of Defense Staff, ECOWAS, and the Chief Host of Africa Military Games Abuja 2024, General Christopher Gwabin Musa OFR for his much anticipated remarks. The Chief of Defense Staff, sir.
Thank you very much. Our special guest of honor and Grand Patron Second African Military Games, Abuja 2024, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by our own Senator Kashim Shettima, the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, GCON, the Honorable Minister of Defense, His Excellency Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, CON, all members of the Ministry of Defense, Minister of State, the PAMSEC Ministry of Defense, the Chairman National Sports Commission, the service chiefs here present, both serving and retired, the Secretary General of the Organization of Military Games, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Inspector General of Police and others, head of service security agencies, the Chairman National Sports Commission, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. At the beginning it seemed it was impossible. But we thank God Almighty for making it possible today. It is indeed with immense pride and great honor that I welcome you to the second edition of the African Military Games here in the heart of Nigeria, our vibrant and resilient capital, Abuja. Today we celebrate not just the physical prowess of our athletes, but also the unity, resilience, and cooperation that binds armed forces across the African continent. We are all one and the same. As we stand on this grand stage, we cannot overlook the foundation laid 22 years ago during the first edition of the African Military Games held in the beautiful city of Nairobi, Kenya. That historic event marked a new chapter in our collective efforts to foster camaraderie and collaboration among African athletes. Kenya set an inspiring precedent, showcasing the power of sports as a unifying force, transcending borders and emphasizing shared values. Building on that success, we are proud to host the second edition of these games, which was planned by my predecessor, General Leo, before I took over. Nigeria is committed to upholding the legacy of excellence and inclusivity, ensuring that this event serves as a platform not just for competition, but for strengthening the ties that bind our continent together. This second edition is featuring 19 sport events with over 1,675 participants from 25 participating countries. The objective of the game is to foster unity and understanding, as well as strengthening the collaborative efforts among the armed forces of organization of military sports in Africa member nations. In a world often marked by security challenges, conflicts, and crises, these games remind us of the power of collaboration and shared purpose. True sports will transcend borders and barriers, focusing on the ideals of teamwork, discipline, and mutual respect, values intrinsic to the military ethos. On our part, the Armed Forces of Nigeria will continue to project the excellent relationship with the armed forces of other African nations and further seek areas for more collaboration and synergy of efforts. I have no doubt in my mind that by building bridges of understanding through healthy competition, the efforts and sacrifices made in defending the continent for all aggression and internal insurrection will be a lot easier. I therefore wish to encourage all athletes from the participating countries to imbibe the spirit of sportsmanship and strive to put their optimal performance towards winning laurels. To the officiating team, I urge you to be fair and professional in your task of presiding over the various elements that will be competed for our athletes. To our fans across the continent, I encourage you to savor the moment while cheering your teams to victory. Also seize this opportunity to enjoy the warmth hospitality of our beautiful city and its people. Let this be a moment to remember. To the athletes, you are the heartbeat of these games. As we step into the field, track or court, remember that your efforts inspire countless others. You represent not only your respective nation, but also the collective strength of Africa. Compete with honor, integrity, and spirit of camaraderie that this event embodies. To the organizers and stakeholders, I commend your hard work and dedication in making this event a reality. It takes a vision and determination to bring together such a diverse array of talents and resources. Your efforts are a testament to what we can achieve when we work together for a common goal. To our international guests, your presence enriches this gathering and reinforcing the bonds that connect us as military forces and as global community. We hope you feel the warmth and hospitality of Nigeria and live with lasting memories of this beautiful city. Let us use this platform to not only celebrate athletic excellence, but also to foster deeper cooperation among our armed forces. Let the spirit of these games inspire us to work together for peace, stability, and prosperity across Africa. Permit me to use this opportunity to express our profound appreciation to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for his unwavering support and passion to hosting the best of the continent. I would also like to appreciate our special guest of honor, His Excellency, the Vice President, for being here. Also, I extend same to the Honorable Minister of Defense, Minister of State Defense, the PAMSEC, all members of Ministry of Defense who have continued to give us all the support that is required. Once again, to remember the Minister of Federal Capital who made this possible. His giant support and his interest has made this possible. We say thank you. Special thanks also goes to the Director General of the National Sports Commission for providing the evidence. We met him once and he gave us all that we needed. We say a big thank you, and all the sports community and the Federal Federation for providing professional guidance toward hosting of this event. I also warmly appreciate the service chiefs for their support all through the organization up till date, and we know you will continue to support us. Finally, our sincere thanks goes to the ambassadors, members of the diplomatic corps, our wonderful, beautiful wives, all invited guests, participants, friends of the military, the media and spectators who are obliging us with your presence. It is my hope and fervent prayers that you will find the games a worthwhile and pleasurable experience. As we embark on this journey over the coming days, I urge everyone to uphold the values of fairness, unity, and respect. I also want to call on to all Nigerians to come and attend and enjoy the games. May these games ignite friendships, build stronger ties, and leave a legacy of harmony for generations to come. Long live Africa. Thank you, and may the best teams win. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Mesdames et messieurs, vous venez. D'assister au discours du chef d'état-major de la défense, le général Moussa, Sidi Moussa, qui a chaleureusement accueilli tous les pays participants pour cet événement. Il a dit que l'objectif de ces Jeux est de renforcer l'unité entre les forces armées des pays africains. Il a aussi également encouragé tous les participants à bien compétir et à savourer notre ville, Abuja. Il a aussi remercié le président de la République du Nigeria, son excellence Bola Ahmed Tinubu, pour son soutien.
الحضور الكرام، كلمة الافتتاح العسكرية الأفريقية التي ألقاها رئيس القوات المسلحة فريق الأول كريستوفر موسى. بعد البروتوكولات والتشكر ثم قال تهدف الألعاب لتعزيز الوحدة والتفاهم وتعكس جهود المبذولة لتصدي التحديات الأمنية في القارة الأفريقية خاصة من منطقة الساحل، ونحن نعمل على تعزيز استعداد الجنود من خلال الريادة. ثم أكد على تنظيم القوات المسلحة النيجيرية بتعزيز التعاون مع القوات المسلحة الأفريقية الأخيرة من خلال هذه الفعالة. ثم شكر الحضور الكرام رأسهم رئيس الدولة والمحاضرون وكل من شارك في تنظيم هذه المهمة.
Boas vidas a nosotros. Convidado especial de honra, Chef d'État Phocas Amida, General Christopher Musa, President, Commandant and Chef das Phocas Amida, República Federal President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, nosotros falamos muito obrigado hoje, todos.
Thank you very much. Please let's put our hands together for the Chief Host and the Chief of Defense Staff for that wonderful remarks. Thank you very much, sir. The next item on the program of events is the special guest of honor keynote address. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, senior officers, serving and retired, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, may I have the singular honor and privilege to most respectfully invite the special guest of honor, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, here ably represented by Senator Kashim Shettima, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, for his remarks. And thereafter, he may declare the event open. The special guest of honor, sir.
We are deep into the floodlights here at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium. Still the opening ceremony of the 2024 African Military Games. We've also got the presidency represented here in the stadium.
Guest of honor,
His Excellency the Vice President,
guests, ladies and gentlemen,
Kashim Shettima, here to represent the presidency in this opening ceremony of the 2024 African Military Games hosted by Nigeria. We've seen great speeches from several dignitaries here in the stadium as we see the Vice President making his way to the stage to give his opening remarks ahead of the commencement proper of the 2024 Africa Military Games Abuja.
A very vibrant Vice President, Kashim Shettima. You can see him gesticulating while he marches down to the stage to speak on behalf of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu. Just as usual, one of those speeches you've been waiting for. I think we're edging closer to those performances which some of you from home are waiting to see. The Vice President of the country just getting ready for that speech. And we hope that is just exactly as a lot of people are waiting for, something that's going to bring hope to the people out there.
Several patrons for this African Military Games Abuja 2024, but the presidency tops the lot. But we've got His Excellency the Vice President Kashim Shettima here to represent the presidency, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as the grand patron of the 2024 African Military Games. The speech of the Vice President coming up next.
Speaker of the House of Representatives, that you do advance every representative, my honorable Babaji Wilson, Chairman House Committee on Defense, Honorable Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badri, the Chairman
Special advisor to the President on Media and Communications members of the diplomatic corps present, the Chief of Defense Staff the Acting Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal President of the Organization of African Military Major General Chairman of the Organizing Committee, Air Vice Marshal Heads of Government Agencies and Heads of Security and Paramilitary Agencies, Heads of Delegation from participating nations, esteemed participants, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is with profound gratitude and immense pride that I welcome you all to Nigeria for the second edition of the African Military Games Abuja 2024. This occasion is more than a gathering of extraordinary athletes. It is an undeniable reminder of the cooperation that binds the military institutions across our country. Today we are proud of what we can achieve when we stand together, not just as neighbors, close and distant, but as guardians of the continent that depends on your various Africans and unheeding dedication. To our esteemed participants in this, I assure you that this will be a memory to cherish, not just for you, but for all of us. Your presence in Abuja is a testament to the enduring spirit of unity and camaraderie that defines our shared purpose as Africans. I give you honor to host this prestigious event, especially as we reflect on the fact that the first edition of the African Military Games was held over 2 decades ago in Nairobi, Kenya. It is remarkable to see that we are now regarding this tradition. This makes the Abuja edition feel like the best, but only deepens its significance and inspires us to ensure continuity for generations to come. I commend the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher and the President of the Organization of Military Forces in Africa, Major General for their vision, leadership, and commitment in bringing this event to life. The theme of this year's Games, Enhancing Military Cooperation in Africa through Sports, will not be more fitting. The timing of this gathering demonstrates the wisdom and foresight of its organizers. Every leader and military strategist knows that the security challenges we face across our continent cannot be addressed through kinetic measures alone. We must refine and deepen the friendships and partnerships that have long existed amongst us. Our collective safety and the well-being of our people demand that we stand together, shoulder to shoulder, as one united Africa, and we need one another more than ever before. This event also highlights the vital importance of maintaining the physical fitness of our personnel through activities beyond mandatory combat training. Sports not only keep us physically fit, but also instill and promote core values such as integrity, excellence, and discipline. It is through fitness, both physical and mental, that we ensure effective service delivery in our various capacities. When our men and women are fit, they are better equipped to confront the challenges of their duties with resilience and confidence. Indeed, there is no greater inspiration for the members of our armed forces to stay fit than the multitude of security challenges confronting our continent. Beyond physical strength, we must be mentally and emotionally fortified to cope with the enormous demands of safeguarding our values and aspirations. Here in Nigeria, The current leadership of our armed forces has exemplified this resolve, ensuring that officers and men uphold the highest standards of professionalism, discipline, loyalty, and dedication in the execution of their duties. The successes we have recorded in addressing security threats and violence crimes across our nation would not have been possible without the unwavering commitment of our armed forces. For this, I commend all of you, our servicemen and women across Africa, for your invaluable contributions to safeguarding lives and property. Gatherings like this present a unique opportunity to cross-fertilize ideas, share experiences, and reinforce the bonds that unite us in the defense of our nations. We cannot afford to slow down. On the contrary, we must build more alliances to intensify our fight against security threats and to play our part in keeping Africa safe. As long as any nation within our shared geography remains under threat, none of us can declare our continent secure. This is why we must remain steadfast friends in all weathers and uphold the institutional discipline that defines our respective armed forces. Together, we'll build a safer, stronger Africa. Finally, as I declare the second edition of the African Military Games, Abuja 2024 officially open, I wish to once again congratulate the Chief of Defense Staff, the Chairman of the local organizing committee, the OSMA President, and all officers, soldiers, and civilian staff who have worked tirelessly to bring this auspicious event to fruition. I wish every participant a successful and memorable week of competition. Thank you, and may God bless us all. Long live Africa, long live our armed forces, long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Le président de la République fédérale du Niger, représenté par son vice-président, sénateur Kashim Shettima, dans son allocution a chaleureusement accueilli tous les pays participants à la deuxième édition des Jeux militaires africains, dont le thème est de renforcer la coopération militaire en Afrique par le sport. Il a souligné avec espoir que cet événement suscitera un esprit de camaraderie et d'unité africain. Il a aussi félicité.
لقد استمعنا إلى خطاب القائد.
Please, let's give the special guest of honor another sounding round of applause for that wonderful remarks. The next item on the program of events is lighting of torch. Sir, before you take your seats, may I humbly request that you carry out the stacks and to be accompanied by the Chief of Defense Staff, the OSMA President, and the Chief Delegates. Permit me to invite Private Okon Friday of the Directorate of Army Physical Training in Abuja. The torch, please. In this sequence, after the torch is lit, it will be taken to the fire bowl, and when that is done, it will signify the official commencement of the African Military Game, Abuja 2024. The torch bearer, please.
Mesdames et messieurs, nous assistons à l'allumage du flambeau qui signifie le début ou l'ouverture des Jeux africains les Jeux militaires africains 2024.
Just a follow remarks, special in the lighting of the torch. At the moment, the torch bearer is approaching the moment of the torch.
الكلمات التي بعد الكلمة والتي سيمكننا ليمثل افتتاح هذه الحفلة.
The torch bearer, please bring it to the Vice President. The torch bearer.
ثم بعد كلمات نائب الرئيس الجمهورية النيجيرية يمثل بانطلاق النار لافتتاح هذه الحفلة العظيمة.
The torch bearer. He's on his way.
والآن يأخذ النار ويباشر مبادرة بانطلاق النار لافتتاح هذه الحفلة.
Put your hands together for that process. The President hands it over back to the torch bearer as he will proceed to the fire bowl.
والآن الرئيس الدولة ممثلا من رئيس
19NS78 4439 Private Okod Friday of the Directorate of Army Physical Training, Abuja 2021, gold medal, has won gold medal at the Armed Forces and Security Games. He's also a gold medalist as he has won a gold medal in the National Sports Festival Marathon in Delta State 2022 for 3,000-meter triple chase. No wonder he has the energy that he possesses.
استمعنا إلى خطاب القائد الأعلى للقوات المسلحة النيجيرية الرئيس بولا أحمد تينبو GCFR ممثلا بمحارة من قبل نائب رئيس الجمهورية النيجيرية الفيدرالية سيناتور كاشم شتيما.
Please, let's put our hands together for that process. With the lighting of the torch now over, the parade commander will take permission to march off the parade from the President.
نعم. فيما يلي خطابه الرئيسية الحاجة إلى ضمان ما يلي. الأول التعاون
artists to bring you, but it's been Abiola Stadium. We saw from the president of the Military Sports Africa, Abdullahi. We also saw from the Chief of Defense Staff, Mustafa Gavin Musa, just to
Stay tuned. Welcome back from the live telecast. We'll now continue with our regular programs. Stay tuned. Welcome back from the live telecast. We'll now continue with our regular programs. Stay tuned.
Voted as the best TV station of the year. TVC News breaks into the core of every event as they happen. Following all nationwide big and impactful stories. We tell the news from every perspective, covering every human angle. I am Veronica, bringing you the news you would want to watch.
Hello, TVC Communications. How can I help?
What makes TVC the right choice for my business?
Excellent question, sir. Let me share some exciting facts with you.
Start your day on TVC Entertainment with Wake Up Nigeria, a family and lifestyle show. Your view empowers women globally.
It's your view, let it count.
Entertainment Splash delivers the hottest celebrity trends. On TVC News, we keep you informed with breaking news and in-depth analysis of events shaping the world.
I will continue to speak the truth.
TVC News at 7 and TVC News at 10 p.m. delivers the most important stories of the day. Max FM, your hit music radio station, captivates listeners daily across Lagos and Abuja, making every commute more enjoyable. Adaba 88.9 FM is not left out, as it is the voice of Southwest. And on TVC Digital, we reach to million viewers daily. All together, pulls in over 17 million viewers daily. Contact us on 0707-272-8338 or marketing@tvccommunications.tv. Partner with TVC Communications today. Let's grow together.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
The Inspector General of Police has met with senior officers to review the state of security.
We are continuing our coverage
of the arrest of Godwin Emefiele.
The Senate has summoned the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria to properly brief the Senate regarding the state of the economy.
What I will never take is threat.
Let's now bring you more development from Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, where an explosion
will be hosted on board the Nigerian faithfuls, the Nigerian athletes and participants will want to make this an interesting and a memorable one for Nigerian fans, for sports and fans across the globe and all over the world. The Nigerian military has always been an integral part of Nigerian sports. The first Nigerian and African to win an individual medal, a gold medal, at any international sport event was a soldier. Later, Major Emmanuel Ifeajuna in the high jump events.
Well, the top name you just mentioned, Ifeajuna, had a lot to do with the civil war that happened in Nigeria. I followed the story all the way. It's not nice to talk about those memories, but I'll tell you, a great high jumper. Read so much about him, and it was a thing of joy to talk about that man again. That's how much the military have been involved, even in the sport itself, not just within themselves. They go on to the Olympics, to the Africa Games, to the Commonwealth Games, most especially. And Ifeajuna is just one of those names you just mentioned.
As you can see Libya on our screens, you talked about Libya earlier on. You know, I mean, this is not a football event, but we know, you know what I'm talking about, this situation to the Super Eagles of Libya. But you know, they're here to participate here in Nigeria to take part in this African military games.
That same spirit of friendship would never die. That same spirit of love will never die. You cannot, how do they put this one now? You cannot say because the water is bad, you have to throw the water away with the pot itself. You have to still keep the pot because there is still more to use that same pot for. And that's what the Libyans are here for, understanding that it is peace and unity and even tranquility before we start talking about what happened in the past. They put all that behind them and they focused on this. I can bet you that even some of these Libyan military men didn't even know what happened on that day if you ask them exactly. Just the way not every Nigerian military man would know what exactly happened, because not everybody follows football, but everybody understands that single word, peace.
Just to take you through the military's involvement in sports, the military governed Nigeria for several decades from 1965. They used their well-established tradition of physical activity in the military through sport to establish a solid foundation for sports development in the country. Always been involved in sports, the Nigerian military recruited so many young Nigerians talented in sports into the armed forces, set up several military corps in various sports in their formations, also provided a large number of the sports administrators that set up the structures and built the first major facilities for sports, supervised, organized, and participated in global sports politics and events.
For that wonderful parade performance.
The military also produced some outstanding administrators, athletes, and facilities that influenced the fastest sports development program in Nigeria, in Nigerian history rather, from after the Civil War in 1970 to the mid-1990s.
Any minute from now.
Well, what an event it's been. But we've got our colleague Chief Swore Chappelle on pitch side. Swore, over to you with the energy as we continue to enjoy this opening ceremony live here at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, mortals and celestials, mamas and papas, a sight for sore eyes right here in the heart of the city of Abuja, playing host for the second edition of the African Military Games right here. And you can see the plethora of colors, a kaleidoscope of sporting brilliance. It is something that we've all been looking forward to, 20 years in the making plus. And you can see the energy in the stadium, Moshood Abiola Stadium, is high and right and ripe. For the next 12 days, multiple nations will be contesting for who is the best. Don't forget, Kenya was the first, and they finished work, like people will say, 40 medals to the bounce when they ran it in the Moi Koi Stadium at Kenya in Nairobi. But here in Abuja, we are set to see different kinds of category. Algeria is the contingent, just like Nigeria, bringing a large mass of people, closely followed by Tunisia and Uganda, who brought the numbers with them as well. You will see that from all sides, from Eastern Africa, Western Africa, Southern Africa, and a healthy representation from Western Africa. It's about to be a pumped-up energy. The Vice President is on standby, and the musical display is about to kick off, starting from the man from the waterside end. Don't forget, a few minutes ago, we saw a satiric display, one that you would not see from any sides. 40 minutes of brilliant storytelling, earth, wind, and fire. Exemplary way to tell you how much the Navy, the Army, and the firepower of the Air Force is big and major when it comes to our military might. Tonight, two music superstars are set to get us going as we end the closing ceremony with a jamboree. We hear that Yemi Alade, we hear that Timi Dakolo, we hear that Dibanj even is in the fold, and not to forget, Olamide is in the mix. My name is Swa Chappelle, and I'll be glad to tell you that we are throwing it back to the men's and women's who are doing their thing across the stadium and in the commentary spot, so you can feast your eyes on a scene that has never in this generation been seen before. Military excellence on the sporting floor. Welcome.
Welcome back from the live telecast. Our regular programs. Stay tuned. Welcome back from the live telecast. We'll now continue with our regular programs. Stay tuned.
To buy things. Some of them, their boxes are waiting for them to submit cash report. So that is the police